So we are entering the Kathopnishad. This is actually, they say, is uh, dedicated to a rishi by the name Katha. So Katha Rishi is the one who gave this Upanishad. Uh, and this is from Krishna Yajurved. And the mantra, the invocation is the one that we do for Bhagavad Gita also. It is we'll do that now. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have never done elaborate translation of it. I thought we'll start with the translation of this Shanti mantra itself. So, this starts with Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu. Uh, it is Sahanau Avatu, basically. What it means is, may both be protected. Both means the student and the teacher. So this is in Dvaivachan, like you have in Sanskrit, we have, three different distinctions. Ekvachan, Bahuvachan. Bahuvachan means many. And then there is one for uh, the dual, So in this case, we are talking about the student and the teacher. May both be protected while this, so that means protected from the three types of problems. The problems of the from the universe, from the nearby. We have this Shanti mantra, the Adi Daivik, Adi Bhautik, and Adhyatmik. So we be protected from all the different distractions, basically. So we can focus on our studies. Sehna Bhavatu, Sehno Bhunaktu. So this knowledge that we are gaining should also be protected. So that means that we enjoy together. And when we learn something, this fruit of knowledge and learning be available to both of us. So here teacher is not saying I am any better than you. The student and the teacher, they are keeping at exactly the same level. So this prayer is for both, for student as well as the teacher. And saha viryam karvavahe. That means virya means the enthusiasm or the strength in through which I am participating in this. That means both the teacher and the student be equally participative or equally engaged in this with enthusiasm. Yata tejasvina adhita adhitam astu. Adhitam means whatever we have learned, our knowledge be brilliant. That means that I should be able to, that means this knowledge should be available to me all the time. Whenever I need it, it should it should be available. And uh, and our life should depict the knowledge that we have gained. So it should not be that I have knowledge in compartmentalized, and when I am in the world, it is a different Rajiv, and when I am in a study group, it is a different Rajiv. It should reflect, this knowledge should reflect in my daily activity as well. And ma with vishavahe. That means we should not have animosity among each other. We should not be uh, trying to downplay the other. We should be both, um, in harmony with each other. It is important. That means we should not dislike each other, or we should not have some kind of ill will towards each other. So, so it is a very beautiful Shanti mantra, and it ends with Shanti, 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 three times Shanti. Uh, the first Shanti is for the what we call as phenomenal forces. That let there be peace. कोई वहां पे calamities ना आए. Natural calamities. And second is from the environment itself, like from friends and relatives, and everybody should be cooperating with us, when this knowledge is being conveyed. And the third is that internally also I should be ready, you know, for receiving this knowledge. So that is where the Shanti mantras, Shanti comes in to picture. That's why we always do Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It's standard everywhere, all the different places where we do that. So I was going through the Shankar Bhashya. So it says Bhagwan Shankaracharya starts with actually salutations to both the Guru and the Shishya. In this case, the Guru is the Yamaraj, also called the Dharmaraj. So, which is Shankaracharya uses the word Vaivastha. Vaivastha means the son of sun, the Surya. So he's the son of the sun, and he's the Acharya of this Brahma Vidya. So, and then Bhagwan also gives salutation to Nachiketa, who is the right fit student for this. Though age wise, he's only, they say 8 or 9 years old. They don't give exact age, but he's a young boy. That's what they say. So this young boy is probably 7 or 8 or 9 years old, but like not even cross the teenage. He's like preteen. Let's just put it that way. This preteen student, and Shankaracharya himself is giving salutation to Nachiketa. Uh, he says, because um, when we say the Lord of Death, that it means that this Yamaraj is above death, or we can say he has no fear of death. That means he is timeless, because Yama is also the one who is in total control. See, that's why we have this word Sanyam in Hindi, So Yama is the one who is in control. He is also the Dharmraj, the Lord of righteousness. So he knows what is right and what is not right. So so that is like a Guru Lakshana. So Bhagavan says, and in the same way, Nachiketa is the Nachiketa, other word for it is fire, symbolizing fire. The fire is shows the that he has fire in him. He is really eager to learn. He is very enthusiastic learner, and also the thing is the fire is always bright. So he's symbolizing the brightness. That means he's and other thing is the fire always goes upward. If you place a candle, the light will always be going upwards. So that's the nature uh, of this student, you know. So he's enthusiastic. He's very eager. He has this fire to learn, and the desire for knowledge is very high. So after he does this, then actually Bhagwan explains the meaning of Upanishad. So, we have done it before, but I'll just give a brief explanation. So it is made up of three different syllables, Up, Ni, and Sat. So when you combine Ni and Sat, it becomes Nishad. You know, the Sa becomes Sha in the it is the rule of a Sanskrit grammar that if a predecessor has a choti matra means choti e, chota u. When that happens, the sa becomes sha. So that's how we get Upanishad. So upa means that close, when you go near something, near the knowledge, near the guru, you know. So, and ni means with nishtha, with with a proper nishchay, that I am there for a particular reason and I have to accomplish it. You know, like Buddha said, you know, deham va patayami, karyam va sadhayami. You know, either I will learn or accomplish what I have come for, or I will die trying. You know, it's do or die situation. It's not like चलो देखते हैं अगर टाइम हुआ तो सोचेंगे इसके बारे में. It's not like that. It is like a very rigorous क्या बोलते हैं pursuit that we are trying to get into. So this because the requirement for a seeker is that he has to have no worldly desires, or the desires have to be somewhat sublimated. That means he keeps the worldly desires much lower in his uh, pursuits than that knowledge. So that's one, you know. So I thought I'll just give a brief explanation of what the word Upanishad means. So, and Sat, they say, has three meanings. So, one is the Sat Dhatu. One is the Visharana. Visharana or means destruction. The second meaning is Gati. Gati means the movement or where we are reaching. What is our destination? You know. And the third is Avasadhanam. Avasadhanam means um, loosening. So if you look at these three meanings of Sat, the first one is destruction. What do we destroy? We destroy the ignorance, the root cause of samsara. The संसार के साथ जो relationship है, which is called the samsara beach, which is avidya, and the destruction of that is the goal of Upanishad. The goal of Upanishad is, it's not like learning something new. It is the destruction of that avidya, because of which we are in this bandhan. The second is gati. Gati is what? Right now, let me explain it this way. So, the avidya causes desires. Desires prompt us into actions or karma. The karma will give us karma phala. Karma phala will either give us the joys or the sorrows, right? So, because of that, we will develop raga dvesha. Because of raga dvesha, we will again have the vasanas, which goes back into it is a recursive loop, never ending recursive loop. There's no end to it till we have avidya. The moment avidya is gone, the whole cycle of avidya, kama, karma is also gone, you know, because these are the effects of it. See, once you understand there is a mirage, then you never run towards it. Even if it is, you know, we can see it, but it is, we know that there is no water in it. So there is nothing to gain there. So that is what happens with um, when we are when we understand the goal of Upanishad, the goal, the goal of our life, basically, you know. So that's what Upanishad is talking about. And then the gati is Brahma Vidya, the, the knowledge about who we are, the knowledge about this is the which is the state of our true happiness, you know. So let's say Brahma Vidya will lead us to that. So that is the gati, that is the goal of this Upanishad. And our sadhanam is loosening of what? Loosening of the infinite number of attachments that we have formed with this samsara, you know. So all these three things are pointed by this word sat. So when we go near a guru with nishtha and try to understand that this is what I am trying to gain out of it, you know. So this is something that I picked up from the Shankar Bhashya, the Visharana, Gati, and Avasadhanam. So the question is this a book or is this the knowledge? Together, it is both. It is a book as well as it is the knowledge. But primarily, it is knowledge. Secondary is it's a book because this is where the Anubandha Chatushtaya come into play. You know that the goal of this Upanishad is first is to find out who is a fit student. You know that we will it will come. You know in later part we will in the first 2 3 verses we will talk about the Nachiketa as the fit student, and the subject is to identify of oneself as Brahman, that I am that consciousness, I am that truth. So that is the subject of this Upanishad. We can say Kathopnishad or any Upanishad for that matter. And the purpose is, or the result of that is, Atyantika Sansara Nivritti. That means total sublimation of this samsara. Now, samsara doesn't go away. But the false relationships that we have formed with samsara, or that sukha buddhi that we have formed, because the relationship we form is because we feel, oh, this is where the sukh is, you know. So Bhagavan says that the result of this knowledge is that this uh, unnecessary attachments are gone, you know, um, which is what we are trying to get to, because the goal is the ananda prapti. Now, the what is stopping us from this ananda is the wrong understanding with the samsara. So that is where we are. And the last part of Anubandha Chatushtaya is Sambandha. Sambandha means that how are these two related? The goal is Ananda and this book is Upanishad. How are these two related? So this relationship is that it leads to that goal. Once I understand this, it leads to the that truth, you know. So, and this basically is divided into chapters, and the chapters are divided into vallis. Valli means a creeper, how they go around a tree or something. So, so the root is the Brahma Vidya, and these are little creepers that go around it to explain that particular truth. So before spending any more time on other things, let's just start with the Prathama Valli. This is the chapter 1, Prathama Valli. उशनः वै वाजश्रवस्सः सर्ववेदसं ददो तस्य नचिकेता नाम पुत्र आस. It's a, it's like a story, and it is very, I think, I would call it very student friendly Upanishad. You know, it's not very complicated. So, so it says that there was this uh, great man whose name was Vajashravaha. Vajashravaha was doing a yajna, and in that yajna, uh, Ushanvahi, that means that his desire was heaven. That he wanted the wonderful life afterwards, you know. So, which is fine, you know, everybody has their choices. And in that, he was supposed to give up everything that he had. You know, that was the requirement of that yajna. So he did that yajna, you know, uh, because you know that's what he wanted. So, but instead of, it comes with the next one, but he had a son Nachiketa, you know, and this ha why, when they say, it actually points to in the past, that sometime in the past this happened. So this is a story. So there is a little story about the name also, Vajashravaha. Vajashravaha means that Vaja means food. The one who used to have basically food kitchen. He was giving food to everybody. So he was very famous or known as the giver of the food. That's how they called him. And Nachiketa, who was his son, he observed his father, because what did he see? You know, that, let me read the second and the third, and we can do it together. Uh, Tam ha kumaram santam. It's not in any particular meter, so I'm just reading that. Dakshinasu niyamanasu shraddha visheve vivesha so manyata. So, so this particular boy, he saw his father, that he was um, he was not following the rules properly. You know, niya niyamanasu, that he was supposed to, because he meant well for his father. He thought about, you know, what is my father doing? It's not like he was concerned that he's. Let me read the third one because they go hand in hand. So the third one says, Pitodaka Jagdatarana Dugdha Doha Nirindriyaha Ananda Namate Lokastana Sa Gachati Tadadat. So he saw that his father is giving things that he are useless basically. He was giving cows that had drunk their last. That means they were so old that they didn't even have a desire to drink any more water. They had no desire, or they have eaten their last. That means they have nothing more to eat also, and they are not giving any milk. So they were basically useless cows that he was giving out to all the people who were there for the charity. And so it shows that he was a little miser person. And so Nachiketa thought, you know, this is not right. What my father is doing is not in accordance to what he wanted, you know. So he, um, because he, now we have to understand that Nachiketa had a lot of Shraddha in that particular yajna. it was called Vishwajit. That yajna was called Vishwajit, and he had total faith in it that if my father has done it correctly, he will go to the heavens. What he was desiring. But he thought that since my father is compromising in this pursuit, instead of doing what he's supposed to do, which is give everything that he has, he was basically manipulating the system. you know Instead of giving good cows, he was giving the ones that almost ready to die. So uh, so that was his mindset, which, so Nachiketa, being a young boy, could recognize that. That shows his in-depth in-depth knowledge, or his ability to see through things. So he knew his father is cheating the system. So his Shraddha was there. His Shraddha was there, and it seems like the father didn't have enough Shraddha. He thought, maybe what if I don't go there? At least let me enjoy here. Let me keep the wealth that I have accumulated. So, because we need Shraddha in every aspect. Even when a kid is ready to go to school, the parents have to have Shraddha in school. Only then they will send the kid. And they should have a Shraddha in the student or the kid, that he will learn something in school. That's why we send the kids to school. So the point is that faith is very essential for not just spiritual progress, for any progress. You have to have faith in teacher. You have to have faith in the books that you are reading, that they are telling us the true thing. The only thing that we should have faith in is WhatsApp. Everything else, or social media, because anybody says anything. There is no real guru there. So the Pitodaka, Pitodaka means the who had drunk the last. Jagadrana, the Jagadahatrana, that means eaten the last. There is no, they don't even feel hungry anymore. They are ready to die, basically. Dugdha doha, nirindriyaha. Matlab, none of their indriyas are working. They can't see properly, they can't do anything. And um, to go to that loka, which is the Swarg loka or Ananda loka, Ananda te nam loka sthanam sa gacchati ta dadat. That means he had to give up everything to go there, but he was not ready to do that. So that's where the dilemma of the student comes in. Now, uh, I think I'm going to stop here. Maybe if you want, I can do one more. He went to his father. He gained some guts and said, okay, dear father, कहता है कि स होवाच पितरम तात कस्मै मां दास्यसीति द्वितीयं तृतीयं tam hovacha mrityave tva dadabiti. Now he went to his father. He said, Father, he didn't say you are doing it wrong. He didn't say anything like that. He said, I am so dear to you, and you are supposed to give what is dear to you. So who are you giving me to? He asked him one time, then second time, then third time. That's what it says here. Dvitiyam, Tritiyam cha hovacha. कि मतलब उसको परेशान कर दिया फादर को. First two times he ignored, third time probably he ignored, and then finally he said, जाओ तुझे मृत्यु को दिया. I gave you to Yama. It says here, मृत्यवे तवा ददामीति. I am going to, you are being given to Mrityu. Nothing changed for Nachiketa, you know, that we will see in the next verse. But the point here is uh, he knew that my father has to give up. Only then this yajna will be successful. If he doesn't, if he compromises, then any compromised yajna will also not bear any fruits on the results. So even but he meant good for his father. So there can be several questions that may come up, that the choice of giving is his father's. But why was Nachiketa so eager to ask his father? Because he was, you know, concerned about his father. Let's just put it at that right now. So he said, I give you to death. Now, uh, question is that no father has a right to do that. But it was just like a, in our normal day-to-day transaction, sometimes you get very irritated and say go to hell. It's just like that. He used it, not meaning it. That there are two things. Just say, even a mother who's busy doing something and the kid is constantly persistently pushing something, and then she would say angrily, ja mar ja. It's like, yeah. So so he didn't mean that word. If you think about it, the words were not supposed to be taken literally, right? You get that? But because he said it out of anger, he said it because he was getting pestered by his son, and he said, yeah, tujhe mrityu ko diya. So right now it shows the character of Vajashravaha. One is he lacked vairagya. He was so attached to his stuff, he didn't have enough vairagya. And basically, he is attached to his proprietorship, that I own this. So I'll give what I want to give, what is not of use to me. And he's ready to compromise. So the character is not very strong. The Vajashravaha character is not too strong, and he has anger issues. That's another part, because he got angry by this guy asking 3 4 times. He could have easily said, or he could have tried to uh, argue about it or explain to his son. So anyway, so right now we will uh, stop here. It's an interesting story. So, but the whole story also leads to the dialogue between Yamaraj and Nachiketa, which is the whole Upanishad about. So from first Valli onwards, it will take off. So, so I will just stop at this.